Tech. And if we're here, you know it's time for Enter Sandman. The Flames' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Virginia Tech's offense takes the field to start this game off. You know, that connection between quarterback and wide receiver, Jesse, takes some time, and we'll see how quickly these two guys get on the same page.
Yeah, the chemistry between he and the quarterback, I think, is what everybody's going to be looking for early in this game. Because David, obviously, having transferred in, he hasn't had a lot of time in this offense. This is his first game. It's the first time doing it with bullets flying live. So he's got a lot of talent. He's got speed, but what does that chemistry look like with the guy throwing him the football? That's what I want to see.
Well, and the good thing is you've got tape and you've seen he's done it at the college level. Like, you already know what he is. Now it's about taking that, using his strengths. How do you use him in this offense early on in the season to really take advantage of his talents?
Gets it away off his back foot. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. They'll test the right side. Turning it on! They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. And the Hokies are on the move. He'll ride his man on the option. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back. They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Now facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Overton. Oh, he wants it all. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
So Liberty's offense will go to work for the first time. And guys, defenses have been trying to figure out for years how to keep this guy from getting open, and they just can't seem to solve the riddle.
No, this guy has experience. He's been in the big moments, and it's so nice to have a guy that's been in your system, in your scheme. He knows the in and outs. You can move him all over the field. You can't place a premium high enough on a guy that knows the system inside and out.
You're right, and tell you, it was a great day for this offense when he decided to come back for his senior year, too. There were a lot of people that thought he might declare for the NFL. They weren't sure if they were going to lose him to the portal or not. He decided to come back. He believes this offense can do something special, and if they're going to do that, then he's obviously going to have a big year.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. All right, guys, let's talk a little about Liberty. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Liberty! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Breaks into the open. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Overton. Got his man quickly. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass, using the quick game. And he was on his way, gets it all the way to the 38. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just
he's loose on the left. Touchdown, Hokie. A great catch and run for 6. Extra point here would tie the game. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Liberty takes over the Flames, sending the offense back onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Flames want to pick up the tempo.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. He's got an open man. Tackled at the 25, but they get out of jail with a 15-yard pickup.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Flames will send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
That's caught. It's Moffitt. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw, it's Overton. Quickly complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. Looking to push the pace with the no-huddle. Just keep slinging it. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And they'll take over 1st and 7.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Flames will hustle to the line.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Flames come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call.
Intercepted deep in his own end. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And defensive backs you think don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands?
And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. The Hokies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Grabbed in the middle, it's Reed. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. To the air, it's Overton. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Takes a shot. Catch in the middle, it's Reed. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. Many times the Hokies have had a dynamic threat running the ball at quarterback, but you got to be efficient like this in the passing game.
No doubt, and you got to have some balance on offense. You got to be able to make those
Throws toward the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. And the Hokies started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score.
Touchdown, Virginia Tech! The offense cashing it in on that drive. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. From the gun, the running back looking for room. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19. And the Flames moving quickly to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
A little release to the back. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Flames line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Got it in the middle, it's Proctor. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. Off play action. Fires to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Hokies come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. To the air. It's Overton. Caught. Crosses the 30. He's got away. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. And the Hokies come to the line with a new set of downs. Gets it out quickly. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. The line of scrimmage, the 2, and these final 2 yards might be the toughest here on 3rd down. He's not going to make it to the sticks, and what a stop against one of the best 3rd down offenses in the country. They could make this a 2-possession game with a field goal, but they want to put a little distance, a little cushion to their lead. They'll go for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. From the gun, Give on the inside. Gives him a little breathing room, picks up 5 and gets it to the 7-yard line.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. These fans touching the figurative Hokie stone, doing their part to help out on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Green. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Takes it on the shovel. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Here's a heat. Fires to the big fella. There he goes. Slips one guy, now he's loose. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
Really nice decision by the quarterback. 3rd and long, and nothing was open deep down the field, so he's able to check it down and get it to a pretty athletic guy who shows you what they can do with the ball after the catch. He finds a few blocks, he uses his speed, and that turns into be a huge gain for the offense.
And the Flames with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll run play action. Pocket breaking down. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. The Flames decide to punt it away. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Hand off from the shotgun. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs 1st down, and the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. It'll be 3rd and long. Scanning the field, it's Overton. Release to the back. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Got it in the middle. It's Proctor. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. They go to the ground. Got enough for the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Hokies are rolling down the field. Off play action on 1st down. Unloads to the right. Makes the grab. It's Reed. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Wiggins. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
How many 1st downs is that alone? Just on this drive, the defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out, continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something to change this.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Hokies!
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this 1st half, but you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Liberty takes over, and the Flames offense ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Fires to the big fella. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. And the Flames want to move quickly.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. A really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Sandman entered earlier, and now they're trying to make it go night-night on this 3rd down. Running into the open space. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. The Flames will punt it away on 4th down. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the grab. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Now they'll run it to the right here. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Overton. Working the middle, it's complete. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. And the Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion. Guys, let's step back here and chat Virginia Tech. They're coming off a national championship, but you do wonder if this season will be a season of complacency or a drive for another title.
Well, I mean, what a season last year to put that together, to win a natty, to make your dreams come true. But, Jesse, now it's reloading with all the high school recruiting pool and all the other stuff that goes with it.
Yeah, they lost a lot of key pieces off that national championship team a year ago, but they also added a lot of talent. That's why this fan base is hoping for back-to-back national championships.
Got his man. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Passing game kept his drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Snagged in the middle. It's Doyle. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Wants to go up top. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Virginia Tech!
And that's his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Quarterback on the keeper. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. And the Flames want to crank the tempo. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains, they were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Flames will try to pin them back with the punt. Hauls it in and looking upfield. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Overton. Zings it complete to the right. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Hokies with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Looking downfield very late in the half. Caught close to the marker, it's Staley. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. We've played 2